Good evening. Marcus Rashford's future at Barcelona hangs in the balance. 6 months after his high-profile loan move, the club still hasn't committed to making it permanent. Will Barcelona trigger the €30 million buy option? Can they even afford it? We're diving deep into the Rashford-Barcelona saga, the performances, the problems, and what happens next. Let's start with where we are right now, the deal structure. Season-long loan from Manchester United expires June 30th, 2026. Option to buy clause, €30 million, approximately £26 million. Barcelona covering his full £325,000 per week wages. Rashford took a substantial pay cut to make the move happen. Decision must be made before the end of the season. Here's the problem. Barcelona have not guaranteed Rashford's future, with the club stating there are areas where he still needs to improve. Sporting director Deco has publicly stated that it's not the time to make any decision regarding Rashford's future. So what's really going on? To understand that, we need to look at Rashford's performance, Barcelona's financial crisis, and the complicated politics at Camp Nou. Let's start with where we are right now. The deal structure. Season-long loan from Manchester United expires June 30th, 2026. Option to buy clause, €30 million, approximately £26 million. Barcelona covering his full £325,000 per week wages. Rashford took a substantial pay cut to make the move happen. Decision must be made before the end of the season. Here's the problem. Barcelona have not guaranteed Rashford's future, with the club stating there are areas where he still needs to improve. Sporting director Deco has publicly stated that it's not the time to make any decision regarding Rashford's future. So what's really going on? To understand that, we need to look at Rashford's performance, Barcelona's financial crisis, and the complicated politics at Camp Nou. What has Rashford actually delivered since arriving in Spain? 2025-26 season statistics at Barcelona. 7 goals and 11 assists in 19 appearances. Leading scorer for Barcelona in the Champions League. 6 goals and 9 assists in La Liga. Solid, but not spectacular numbers. Manager Hansi Flick has praised Rashford, stating, "What I can say, he's an absolute professional player. His attitude, mentality is great." But here's the catch. Barcelona's coaching staff believe Rashford still needs to improve defensively and in his pressing. This is crucial because Flick's system relies heavily on high-intensity pressing from forwards. Areas of concern. Defensive work rate needs improvement. Pressing intensity, not yet at Barcelona's standard. More effective as a substitute than a starter. Raphinha's return from injury has threatened his place. This is fascinating. Rashford left Manchester United because he couldn't get game time under Ruben Amorim. He went to Villa on loan in January 2025, scored 4 goals in 17 appearances, then moved to Barcelona in July. Now, 6 months later, Barcelona aren't sure if they want to keep him permanently. To understand this story, we need to go back. Rashford's Manchester United career. Debut February 2016 at age 18, scored twice against Midtjylland. Total 426 games, 138 goals. Honors Europa League, 2 times FA Cup, 2 times League Cup. Contract £325,000 per week until 2028. Best season 2022-23 with 30 goals. Rashford became Manchester United's youngest ever scorer in European competition, breaking a record held by George Best. 3 days later, he scored twice on his Premier League debut against Arsenal. But by 2024-25, everything collapsed. Off-field controversies emerged, missing training, arriving late, disciplinary issues. When Ruben Amorim arrived in December 2024, he made a brutal decision. Rashford was no longer part of his plans. Amorim called Rashford's work rate into question and said he'd rather put a goalkeeper coach on the bench than a player not giving their all. Devastating for a Manchester United academy graduate. The loan to Aston Villa was meant to be a fresh start. It didn't work out. Villa had a £40 million option to buy, but declined. So when Barcelona came calling, Rashford jumped at the chance. Rashford admitted, "I was clear on my preference to join Barcelona from the beginning, actually from maybe in January. This wasn't just about playing time. This was about reputation rehabilitation, about proving he's still elite, about salvaging a career that seemed to be spiraling." Now the complicated part, Barcelona's finances. The financial situation. €30 million buy option, below market value. Barcelona covering £325,000 per week wages, £16.9 million per year. Club constrained by massive debt problems. Barcelona reportedly wants to negotiate an even lower fee. 3 players' futures uncertain: Rashford, Lewandowski, and Christensen. All 3 contracts expire June 2026. Here's the brutal reality. Barcelona can't afford to keep everyone. While €30 million seems like a bargain, Barcelona are trying to negotiate that fee down further with Manchester United. Think about that. They're trying to pay less than £26 million for a 28-year-old England international. That tells you everything about Barcelona's financial situation and perhaps about how they value Rashford. There's also wages. If Barcelona sign Rashford permanently, they need to renegotiate his contract. Can they afford to keep paying him? Will Rashford accept another pay cut? The competition factor. Robert Lewandowski is 37 but still performing. Raphinha has been exceptional this season. Lamine Yamal is untouchable. Ferran Torres and Dani Olmo provide depth. Where does Rashford fit long-term? That's the question Barcelona's board are asking. So where does this leave us? What are the realistic scenarios? Scenario 1. Barcelona activate the auction. If Rashford continues improving and fixes his defensive issues, Barcelona could decide €30 million represents good value. They'd need to renegotiate wages, but it's possible. Probability 40%. Scenario 2. Barcelona negotiate a lower fee. More likely, Barcelona tried to convince Manchester United to accept £15 to £20 million instead of £26 million. United might accept just to get his wages off their books. Probability 35%. Scenario 3. Rashford returns to Manchester United. If Barcelona decide he doesn't fit long-term, Rashford returns to Old Trafford with another failed loan on his record. Does Ruben Amorim give him another chance? Does United sell him elsewhere? Worst outcome for everyone. Probability 15%. Scenario 4. Third club emerges. Perhaps a Premier League club swoops in. West Ham, Tottenham, or even Aston Villa again. Rashford has proven he can still perform. Someone will take a chance. Probability 10%. The decision will likely come in April or May when Barcelona have a clearer picture of their finances and Rashford's full season contribution. Marcus Rashford's Barcelona story is far from over, but it's also far from the fairy tale many expected. He's performed well, but not spectacularly. Barcelona like him, but don't love him. The financials are complicated. The competition is fierce. 6 months ago, he was training with Manchester United's reserves, frozen out. Now he's scoring in the Champions League for Barcelona. That's progress, but is it enough? This is a player whose career promised so much when he burst onto the scene at 18. Now he stands at a crossroads. Barcelona represents perhaps his last chance to prove he belongs at the elite level, and right now, that future hangs in the balance. We'll continue monitoring developments as Barcelona make their decision. Daily updates throughout the transfer period, so don't forget to hit that like and subscribe to keep in the know. Thanks for watching.